now watching Choppin' It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is another episode of Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Cador. And as always, my name don't change. Well, it does change. I was to say my name don't change, but you never know with Coach Cador. I could be PJ, I could be Perry. Who am I today, Coach? I'll go off you. You give me, who am I today?
You don't want me to tell you today.
Okay, well, I tell you, I at least was named Perry White, and this is the man, the myth, the legend. He's all of that. The majestic Roger Cador, my man on the board, Garrett Atchison. And good morning to everybody that's out there watching. I hope you guys had a great weekend. And it is homecoming at Southern University if you're one of those Southern University Jaguars and you know something about that. But it's homecoming at a lot of places out there. But most of all, with some Jaguars, you're an alum of the institution. Garrett is an alum of the institution. I'm an alum of the institution. So it's good to be celebrating homecoming. And you've been around for many homecomings, Coach.
A lot of homecomings where they don't really mean that much to me anymore. Mm-hmm. But I've been when they were really homecomings. Really, I've been where we've had some really great homecomings and get to see a lot of, for me, friends that's, you don't get to see all the time.
And then you get former players that'll come back in town. Do they normally hit you up once they get in town saying, Coach, what you up to?
Well, it's easy. They'll be by the baseball field, and it's easy to run into them. So that's why they'll be Friday night.
Oh, you got something planned? What's playing?
I try to discourage them from playing. I say, you have families, man. If you run and get hurt, you're not going to take care of you.
No, I said playing. You got what's planned for that Friday night? What's going on?
They just have a gathering.
Okay.
And some of them talk about playing, and they fantasize, Sort of like you fantasize.
I do fantasize.
Yeah.
Some things out there I be thinking about.
They actually have a game Friday.
Who does?
I'm looking at it. Alumni games. Come out and support the softball team at 2 p.m. and the baseball team at 6 p.m.
Oh, my God.
They need an honorary coach.
It won't be me. I want them to just get together and enjoy each other, the memories.
Yeah. Don't be doing all that playing.
Well, I've seen people get hurt.
Yeah.
And they have a family back home they can't take care of.
You know, you're talking about homecoming. I was asking some people over the weekend tailgating for the Southern and Florida A&M game, and I was around a good group of people, and, I said, it was like, give me just that best homecoming that you probably ever had, and everybody was like, they all been some good ones. It was just hard, and that just lets you know the tradition and how rich it is around Southern University. And you get it at HBCUs, and I think that's what really make overall the landscape of HBCUs special. Homecoming, it actually means something to the schools because you get people back, they go down memory lane, and then you ever been in situations where somebody's speaking and saying, what's going on, Coach? You like, I don't even know who the hell that guy was.
It happens all the time. And, they recall a moment that might have been an encounter, and it might bring you back a little, but you can't always get all the way back. But,
yeah.
Okay, it's good. I did get a call from one of my homegirls and said they're having the class of 73 having a reunion too, and they've been trying to get me to get involved. I don't get involved in too much like I used to with everybody. But I will be involved Friday night with the former players because there's a special connection there.
What's going on there? What's so special about the connection?
Well, most of those kids helped me to be a successful coach.
That's it.
They really made me a successful coach. They got me through some difficult time, growing pain, and they allowed me to buy time to be a better person toward the end. So that's why it's special, those guys. And they can say some of the craziest things that you don't even remember happened. But, boy, they'll bring it up.
Did any of your players during your time coaching used to impersonate you?
A lot of them. You knew that was coming. So you have to.
I do my best impersonation of you too. Oh, PJ, you're late today, PJ. What are you doing? You're supposed to be on time, PJ.
If your grandmother is listening in Chicago, I'm on him about that time.
He is on me about the time. Did you ever get a kick out of it, or were players like they will impersonate you, and then when you show up, they all act like, okay, we didn't say nothing?
No, I understood that was the love. That's a love part of it. And let's face it, everything can't be all business.
That's right.
When you're dealing with young people, you have to have some time where they could have some fun too. Mm-hmm. It's done in good taste, with good humor. So I could. It's no big deal.
Okay, it's okay then.
It's okay. It really was okay. And the two most impersonated people in Baton Rouge was me and Skip Berkman.
Really?
Everybody. His players all tried to imitate him.
What was different about Skip?
Just the way he talked.
Give me your best Skip Berkman impersonation. What was it?
Yeah. We're the two most impersonated people in this city. So
they ought to get you guys together and do one of those old school like roast sessions. You think they ought to do that? You guys will make a lot of money. If you know the roast sessions that they do, you put Skip Berkman and Roger Cador up there and let people do their best impersonations and roast you guys. I think
we got to put Paul Maneri in there too. We can't leave him out.
Is he different? Does he have?
Well, he got his thing, but the point is, we all Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And it would be a shame to leave him out because he's earned his stripes also. He's done well.
Well, he can get roasted too.
He can get roasted too. That's what I'm saying. It makes sense to do. If you're going to do 2, do 3.
Man, look, I'd be rolling out some ideas. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? You get Skip Berkman, Paul Maneri, and then you throw in the majestic, the legendary Roger Cador, man. Listen. Y'all might need to think about that, Coach. That'll be a big event in Baton Rouge. That'll bring a lot of people out. That'll bring out MLB. It'll bring out college baseball. It'll bring out the community leaders. Man, I think y'all could do that.
Okay, if you say so.
Don't laugh at me.
I'm
Jim.
not going to put it together.
Good morning to Elwin Moore. He said homecoming. If you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. That's what he say, Coach.
That's right.
That's right.
You're late.
I was late. I was on time, but I was late.
You went on. He wasn't on time, Edwin. And I'm trying to hear if his grandmother is listening. He was 1 minute late.
I was 1 minute late.
Okay.
For you, were you friends with Dr. Isaac Griggs on campus?
Yes, I was.
I would have loved to sit down and listen to a conversation with you and Dr. Isaac Griggs because he was a character within himself, a different type of person, and you are a character and a different type of person. So to hear a conversation between you guys, I would have loved to have been what they say, the fly on the wall.
Well, he and I were personal friends, and we had many conversations. Mm-hmm. You see, I remember I was the first one to convince. Well, I don't want to use the word convince. I asked him when we played LSU at home, and back in the 90s, and I said, hey, can you bring part of the small band out there to play? Mm-hmm. And he did. That was the first time a band in this area. Mm-hmm. They do it all the time in Latin America. Mm-hmm. But we hadn't done it in the U.S. of A. So we did it. I've been a part of a lot of firsts. First to do this, first to do that. And it's only because I was thinking and didn't mind asking people. Mm-hmm. And because we had a relationship, Dr. Isaac Gregg and I, he said, this is it, Coach, we'll do it. Yeah. We'll do it.
He had that cigarette on him?
Well, not at the time. But you see, he remembered me as a college student, as a basketball player.
Really?
I used to create a lot of excitement.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was.
What do you call you, big fella?
No, it was, I created some excitement because of the way I played. Mm-hmm. So he remembered that too. And the band was always in the stands playing at our home games. That's
some legendary stuff, you and Dr. Isaac Griggs.
Really legendary. Mm-hmm. I would say so. I knew that, the guy was way ahead of his time, And again, we probably didn't appreciate him as much as we should because Southern was so used to having these kind of people around.
The more I'm thinking about it, with it being homecoming and thinking about monumental people, and now I'm starting to just think about when all of you guys were walking that campus, how monumental that was to be able to have people like you and many others, man. That was a time at Southern where I think that was unmatched with the type of, as I'm going to call it, superstar status of coaches, band directors, administrators, and all type of things.
Yeah, it was. I mean, just think accessibility for the students to talk to us. And, I mean, just being our present. It was really because, let's face it, opportunities wasn't widespread where you could just leave and go. You pretty much, most historical black schools, you were stuck on campus like that. When I say stuck, you had a comfort zone, and why leave in your late years to go somewhere else?
Yeah.
And that was my thing. Why would I leave? You know, if I
start what you finish.
Yeah. So I had no intention of ever leaving after I got plus 30 years. It was.
Give me that retirement, baby. Let that kick in on them.
Hey, listen, we had a good weekend in baseball too.
Talk to me about it. What's going on? What games did you watch?
I watched some of the Houston, Minnesota, and then I watched the first game and the second game of Texas and Baltimore. I tell you what, Texas is really playing good right now.
Yeah, they are. They actually beat the Orioles yesterday 11-8. Texas now takes the lead 2-0 in the American League in that game. And then the Twins and the Astros. Now, your boy over there, they fell a little short, 6-2 yesterday.
Yeah, you know, that I figure that Alvarez, the pitcher, left-hand pitcher.
Gary got him. What's his name?
You know, he hadn't been pitching that consistent, and I felt Minnesota had a good chance to win. And Pablo was a really good pitcher for Minnesota. So I figured that all of that would add up, you know. So now they go to Minnesota, so we see what happens. I think Texas can close the deal on Baltimore. The youth movement in Baltimore is not there. It's really hindering them right now. You need the veteran present to help them. And so we'll see what happens. Plus pitching, man.
Yeah.
Just hadn't been in that environment before.
Yeah.
Be surprised.
Another good one that's going to happen today over in the National League. How about the Phillies jumping out on the Braves, already up 1-0? Does that kind of catch you by surprise to see Philly come out and get game one against Atlanta?
Sort of, because of the pitcher the Brave had going, that number one pitcher. But I figured the Phillies were going to be tough. And they're going to be tough tonight because you don't have that powerhouse pitcher. Let me tell you something about these playoffs. You got to have a power arm who can throw strikes to be able to win in short league playoff. This is why Verlander is so good, in that if he got control of the strike zone, he's going to powerhouse you. You see, he's going to get you out with his fastball.
How long would you push him in a game? How many innings would you possibly push him?
Well, they're going to push him 5 or 6 innings. I mean, that's what they're doing because they have a great bullpen. You know, but you need a power arm. If you're going to win, you got to have a power arm. Now, Montgomery for Texas yesterday wasn't a power arm per se, but he could pitch. And that's the difference. He had 3 pitches he could get you out on: fastball, changeup, and curveball. So he was really effective. Is
that accredited to just good touch, being able to put the ball where it needs to go?
And that's what he did. You know, so you're going to have to be one or the other, a really great command of the strike zone or a power pitcher to be able to win.
Yeah.
And you see what happened to Kershaw. He's not a power pitcher anymore. It's just hard, and he didn't have command of the strike zone.
Yeah,
it's just difficult when you're in playoff. So that's going to be the thing. So let's watch teams with power arms are going to enjoy some success.
And tell me about this one. Another game today going to be at 8:07. TBS, man. If you want to watch some baseball, TBS got you. The Diamondbacks up 1-0 over the Dodgers. How about the Diamondbacks jumping in game one, getting a win over L.A.?
Yeah, again, we talked about Kershaw wasn't able to be a power pitcher. And they threw a power arm against him and going to throw one today with a good curveball today. So look out for Arizona.
Yeah, I think Arizona, hey, they can
and they've
get you.
got good young players. Now, the difference between them and Baltimore is that these young players ain't looking back. They just playing hard.
That's what you like?
Love it.
Yeah. Gee, there's a team coming into Baton Rouge, isn't it? What is the team?
The Savannah Bananas.
You heard of the Savannah Bananas?
Yes.
Well, are they like Harlem Globetrotter of baseball?
Yes.
How does Harlem Globetrotter of baseball work?
You have to go and see.
Yeah.
That ticket's hard to come by. Boy, people don't be playing about them.
I feel like it's a game of errors, maybe. Is it? Or is it?
And how they really play, they play ball.
They can get down with it?
It's a lot of skits and stuff in between, but they play ball.
Have you ever seen the Savannah Bananas?
No, I used to play in Savannah. I had some in my better years.
I thought he was going to say I used to be a Savannah Banana. Let's go see the Savannah Bananas, Coach.
I'm really not it.
You don't want to go see the Savannah Bananas?
If you want to go, we'll go. Where are they playing at?
At LSU, Alec Box Stadium.
When?
What is it, G?
It's
In
like
March?
March.
Okay, we got plenty of time.
Yeah, we're talking. We're going to see. Say it with me, Savannah Banana.
Savannah Banana. Grayson Stadium. I played in that stadium.
It was
built stadium? Back in 1919, I think.
Ooh.
Or 1909. It's an old stadium.
It probably has wooden seats.
They did.
Yeah.
You know what was so interesting?
What's that?
I played there in the 70s, okay? Like 75, 76. And Savannah have a large black community. They came to the game. They sat on one side and the white sat. They sat separate.
Really?
In the 70s, mid-70s.
Man.
That's what I remember a lot about that situation.
In Savannah.
In Savannah, Georgia.
Pretty big ballpark?
Pretty big ballpark. It was good size. The Nats were tough in the summertime. Oh, they would eat you up.
Oh, just all in your nose, eyes, face.
And Savannah is like Louisiana.
Yeah.
It's near the water, humidity. I mean, so it was.
You know I got to ask. They got good food over in Savannah?
They had good food.
I like that then. I might have to go visit Savannah one day.
They had one place, and I can't remember this lady, right in the smack hard downtown. And she did it. She had a big table, and she did it like a family. They had chicken and other stuff and everything, and you go in for lunch and eat just like a family. They pass the food around. That was so unique experience. I can't remember the name of that. Somebody may out there listening maybe can, but it's in Savannah, and someone told me it's still going today.
I bet that's some good soul food right
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was a really good experience.
Don't make me hungry now. Well, I am hungry because we got to take a break, pay some bills, so y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Chopping It Up with Cador. And hit that subscribe button while you wait, all right? So we'll be right back.
Some Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge. Some don't. The ones that do know BTR is all about being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere their business takes them. They also know not flying BTR means more traffic, longer lines, and wasted time. So if it's about going from driveway to runway with a lot less highway, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time. Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge because BTR is so close and convenient, they're always one step ahead, rather than dead on their feet. So, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport.
Getting a letter from the IRS that you owe back taxes can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. Call Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040 today. We'll help stop garnishments, levies, and seizures immediately. With over 35 years of dealing directly with the IRS, our team of local professionals will help you pay the least amount possible. So if you owe back taxes to the IRS, you need help. Call the tax professionals at Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040. Your go-to tax relief.
BRAC implemented the Imagine Your Park strategic plan nearly 20 years ago. The results transformed the park system in East Baton Rouge Parish. There are 12 new community parks, 6 dog parks, Liberty Lagoon Water Park, skateboard parks, fishing ponds, a new conservation area in Central, improved playgrounds, and a growing trail system. It's really a lot to keep track of.
So we decided to give you an insider's peek into some of these amazing new community assets through the eyes of the folks who know them best, BRAC's community partners.
My name is Nathaniel Klum, and I am Paddle BR. What I often say I am is chief doer of stuff. The two things that everyone wanted were paddling and trails, and in our case, paddle trails. And so we did a lot of work to make it so that people could get out on the bayou, but without access points, no one can use them. BRAC has been amazing at building paddle launch sites so that we can get out on the water and enjoy everything that Baton Rouge has to offer. Not only are they listening to everything that Imagine Your Parks and Imagine Your Parks 2 that we asked for, but it's actually getting done, which I don't know about you, but that makes me happy every day of the week.
No wonder BRAC is the recipient of the National Gold Medal by the National Recreation and Parks Association. There really is something about East Baton Rouge and national champions. BRAC, #1 and still getting better.
With over 60 years of combined experience, Kathy Sherburne and Anna Barnett bring a wealth of knowledge and excitement to the framing industry. Keeping strong to the Louisiana culture, Acadian Frame and Art has numerous local artists and sports team memorabilia for their customers to choose from. Whether you're creating a gallery-like setting in your office or simply looking for some fun art for your kids' playroom, Acadian Frame and Art is your one-stop picture framing spot. Call 225-927-6129 or go to www.acadianframe.com.
Hey, Coach Roger Cador here. There's something about teamwork that brings the best out in any business. When I need a tow, I call Roadrunner Towing. Roadrunner's 4 generations strong and homegrown right here in Baton Rouge.
Thanks, Coach. There's no job too large or too small. Call Roadrunner for quick, reliable, exceptional service. We don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes. And remember, take time each day to be a blessing to someone. Thank you.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador, Against All Odds. Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against All Odds chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against All Odds. Get yours today by Cador and Cador Publishing. You are now watching Choppin' It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
All right, we're back with more Chopping It Up with Cador. Do you like that chopping it up? Do you use that term?
I was talking to a group the other day and I couldn't remember was chopping it.
What you called it?
Well, good thing Erin was there. She says chopping it up with Roger Cador or Coach Cador. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can't be proper when you say chopping it up either. You have to be like chopping it up.
Chopping it up.
Chopping it up with Coach Roger Cador. That's him right down, Perry White, and my man Garrett Edgerson. And we are the crew. We get it going each and every Monday as we talk about it. It don't matter what we talk about. It could be anything. We might talk about the community, or today we might talk about Coca-Cola. Talk to us about Coke.
No, you talk to us.
Okay, well, Coca-Cola is a great brand. Here's the original. Now, this is the old school one right here.
Yeah.
You remember this one? Back in your time, was this in the bottle?
In the bottle.
No cans.
Maybe they did, but bottle, everything was in the bottle back then.
Does it taste better in the bottle?
Yes.
Yeah. Coca-Cola, you might want to consider that. That's the bottle. I want one with my name on it. I know they do the one. We need to get a Perry, a Garrett, and a Coach Cador one, right? Coca-Cola, if y'all listening, we might need to get that so we can put that up here with our names on it. Now, this is your favorite one. You like this Body Armor Light, huh?
Yeah, this thing does a good job for people, particularly in my age limit.
Mm-hmm.
It really gets your back going quickly, and it's all natural. And so it's a really good product.
Dragon fruit berry. This is the low-calorie zero sugar. G, did you used to drink these? You still fool with them? Yeah. G, now I know I used to look around. He always had a body armor. So what was your body armor experience? What did you like about them? You had a favorite flavor? No? All right. And this
the Monster. I like the Monster.
I'm scared of this thing.
Why?
Yeah, I don't do energy drinks too much because once I get, I'm already wired. You don't want to get me too wired. But for the people that need to be wired, Coach, is this for you?
I've had it a couple of times, and it didn't do anything with make me want to jump out of my bridges.
And my favorite right here, man, this one is the lifesaver. You might need this at homecoming, after homecoming, so you make sure you make sure you go get you some Powerades after homecoming, after that weekend of tailgating and libation, right? And this Coke will come in handy too. I like to mix this in some things also. So.
Oh my goodness!
So all of these products will help you out because it's homecoming. And if you need to shake back Monday morning because that weekend's still lingering around on you, you get you one of these Monster energy drinks in to keep you going, so you won't be late to work like I was today. All right, that is our Coke segment. Coach, what was your weekend like besides baseball, man?
It was okay. I didn't do a whole lot. I had to work the phone a little, talking with people and working on a couple of things for the SWAC, trying to get some things done as it relates to baseball. So, yeah. So, but that was about it. I'm just trying to relax. I look forward for this weekend, though.
Homecoming, baby. You know, when it comes around, sometimes you can feel it in the air. You feel it in the air this week, G? You ain't feeling it yet? Maybe by Wednesday evening, Thursday, when people start to roll in. And, you know, it ain't really homecoming because we ain't went nowhere, right? We right here. You got some?
I say it all the time. Like, homecoming, everybody, you ready for the game? I'm like, I'll be here every day. Every day. It's good to see people, but it's just here every day.
That's that funny part, like I was saying earlier, Coach, when you walking and somebody be like, man, Perry, what's up, man? And you say, what's up? And I'm going, it was like, who is that? I said, yeah, I ain't know that dude, man. I thought you knew him, you know. It happens a lot, so.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
You going to be out and about. Me and you need to get a golf cart and ride around and just wave.
I need a parking pass. Can you get me one?
I'll get you. What else you need? You need to get in the game? You need a suite? What else you need? You tell me.
Just a parking pass.
Okay. You got it from there, huh?
Well, I'm not going to say that. G may let me in when he's taking pictures. He may let me in with him.
You're going to have to come on marching in with the band.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, say, I'm with the band.
I'm with G-Man. Huh?
That's who you with.
We'll have you right, Coach.
Oh, my goodness. That means I will be there. I'm going to have a parking pass.
Are you going to get a parking pass? I'm really ready to call him right now in the air and put him on the spot. Like, I'm right here with the legendary Roger Cador, and guess what? He need a parking pass. You should automatically have, like, an unlimited anytime parking pass.
They hadn't gotten to that yet. They don't understand. They just don't get it yet. But, okay, I'm good.
Because I know I go to the baseball game at LSU. Skip Berkman has that spot don't go nowhere. And they wish somebody would park in that Skip Berkman spot.
When I go to LSU, I have parking spots.
Ain't that crazy?
It's going to get there.
Yeah.
I try to be patient and, things, it's an item that got overlooked.
Yeah.
I'm an item that got overlooked, and I understand that.
No, I don't understand it.
Because I don't say a lot, and I don't ask for anything.
Yeah.
So you get overlooked.
Yeah. They used to you always doing what you're going to do, so they figure you're going to keep doing it.
Right. They figured, yeah.
He'll get it.
I mean, it's. I don't think it's malicious.
Yeah.
It's just an item that is overlooked because who I am and the way I do business.
Coach, you are a priority. Hall of Famers
I don't look
are
at
priorities.
It that way. I'm not that way.
Yeah.
I'm better off being under the radar type of guy. I've been able to do a whole lot of good things by being under that radar, I'm telling you.
I'm going to tell you this then. Don't worry about it, Coach. I'm going to make sure you get that parking pass.
Ooh, you got it?
We got you, Coach.
I got you.
We ain't forgot about you, and we will not forget about you. I want to ask you something. We was just talking about it, and you said something that I thought about. Uniforms don't help you win, but they damn sure make you look good when you do win. What was your thoughts over the years dealing with uniforms, the combos? I mean, even with something like this with the hat with the little thing, just what was your thoughts on uniforms every year, and did you really do the job in terms of picking and making them come together?
No, and we did basic uniform. We had a white uniform, a pinstripe uniform for home, and a gray uniform for the road. It was pretty simple. It never was going to be difficult. And I'm a true believer. Uniform don't help you win. It's the people, your bodies you put in that uniform that does the winning. Now, I know things are changing. And people are going for styles.
Coach Sanders say, if you look good, you play good because you feel good.
Yeah, and I used to tell my players that in those basic uniforms. You look at Alabama, the Penn State.
They don't change.
They don't change. They only change the bodies in them. But I understand, like the Oregons of the world, they got a different uniform for every
game.
Every game. So I understand that. But that's okay. But I'm telling you, it's better for the kids to think about concentrate on winning the game or rather what uniform they're going to end up having.
You know the uniform, I really wanted to get one of the jerseys, the Negro League jerseys that you guys will wear down at the Andre Dawson Classic. Man, those were pretty nice.
Well, I got, I need to have a conversation with Chris Crenshaw. I paid a lot of money for those uniforms, the Negro League uniforms, and they're not utilizing them. And my biggest fear is that they're going to walk away. Kids going to come in, take them. And, when you don't, you got me? Because that's a part of history. That is never coming back, so you can't lose it. Because it's never coming back.
When did that hit you in order to start to think about that type of uniform? Because that is an awesome combination. When I saw him watching those games, it's like, man, those are nice.
When did it hit? It could have been in 90-something when I went to when they were honoring the Negro League. They had like 363 living players who had played in the Negro League at one time or another before it was abandoned. Coors Light sponsor bringing them all in. It was a big event. I convinced my wife to let me go, and she said go. And this was a great event because I have pictures with Hank Aaron, Buck O'Neill, Tommy Lasorda, Double Duty, Double D, Double Duty, and Ratliff, and I mean some in the greatest players who played in the era. They all was there. Everybody was there, and it was a great time. And this probably when it hit me. I started working on trying to get the uniforms.
That was a great idea, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was the first to do a whole lot of stuff. I'm never going to get credit because that's not what I was going out to do. I just was doing them because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And that's why we got you here, so you can put that out there on the record. This ain't going nowhere now. It's forever archived that you were the first.
First to do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
you know who Soulja Boy is?
No. I heard the song Soulja Boy, I think.
Well, he says he always wants his credit because he was the first to do a lot. And so he makes sure he goes around when he's on his media tours that he lets people know he was the first to do things just so people can know. Because a lot of times, even in this situation, people don't have an understanding how something became what it is that now turns into a norm. And we're going to let them know that Roger Cador started this thing.
Well, that's a good thing then.
Yeah.
If it's a good thing, I'm happy to be a part of it.
I'm glad to be a part of this right here with you so we can talk about it. And what we're going to do, we're going to take another break. We're going to pay some bills because I know we got to do it. And we're going to come back, and that's why I need y'all to hit the subscribe button. Go grab you a Coke, a Powerade, a Body Armor, or a Monster Energy drink. Whatever you need to get your Monday morning going for the rest of the day, and we'll be right back, all right?
Some Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge. Some don't. The ones that do know BTR is all about being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere their business takes them. They also know not flying BTR means more traffic, longer lines, and wasted time. So if it's about going from driveway to runway with a lot less highway, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time. Smart Baton Rouge business travelers travel out of Baton Rouge because BTR is so close and convenient, they're always one step ahead, rather than dead on their feet. So, isn't it about time you flew BTR? Baton Rouge Metro Airport.
Getting a letter from the IRS that you owe back taxes can be scary, but it doesn't have to be. Call Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040 today. We'll help stop garnishments, levies, and seizures immediately. With over 35 years of dealing directly with the IRS, our team of local professionals will help you pay the least amount possible. So if you owe back taxes to the IRS, you need help. Call the tax professionals at Go Tax Resolution in Lafayette at 337-420-1040. Your go-to tax relief.
BRAC implemented the Imagine Your Park strategic plan nearly 20 years ago. The results transformed the park system in East Baton Rouge Parish. There are 12 new community parks, 6 dog parks, Liberty Lagoon Water Park, skateboard parks, fishing ponds, a new conservation area in Central, improved playgrounds, and a growing trail system. It's really a lot to keep track of.
So we decided to give you an insider's peek into some of these amazing new community assets through the eyes of the folks who know them best, BRAC's community partners.
My name is Nathaniel Klum, and I am Paddle BR. What I often say I am is chief doer of stuff. The two things that everyone wanted were paddling and trails, and in our case, paddle trails. And so we did a lot of work to make it so that people could get out on the bayou, but without access points, no one can use them. BRAC has been amazing at building paddle launch sites so that we can get out on the water and enjoy everything that Baton Rouge has to offer. Not only are they listening to everything that Imagine Your Parks and Imagine Your Parks 2 that we asked for, but it's actually getting done, which I don't know about you, but that makes me happy every day of the week.
No wonder BRAC is the recipient of the National Gold Medal by the National Recreation and Parks Association. There really is something about East Baton Rouge and national champions. BRAC, #1 and still getting better.
Hey, Coach Roger Cador here. There's something about teamwork that brings the best out in any business. When I need a tow, I call Roadrunner Towing. Roadrunner's 4 generations strong and homegrown right here in Baton Rouge.
Thanks, Coach. There's no job too large or too small. Call Roadrunner for quick, reliable, exceptional service. We don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes. And remember, take time each day to be a blessing to someone. Thank you.
With over 60 years of combined experience, Kathy Sherburne and Anna Barnett bring a wealth of knowledge and excitement to the framing industry. Keeping strong to the Louisiana culture, Acadian Frame and Art has numerous local artists and sports team memorabilia for their customers to choose from. Whether you're creating a gallery-like setting in your office or simply looking for some fun art for your kids' playroom, Acadian Frame and Art is your one-stop picture framing spot. Call 225-927-6129 or go to www.acadianframe.com.
Get the memoir from the legendary baseball coach from Southern University, Roger Cador. Against all odds, Roger refused to let his past dictate his future by rising to legendary college baseball status. An inspiring story of tenacity, faith, and hope. Against all odds chronicles Coach Cador's determination to reach higher, to want more, and to dig deeper to find the courage to chase his dreams. Against all odds, get yours today by Cador & Cador Publishing. You are now watching Choppin' It Up with Roger Cador and Perry White.
All right, we are back chopping it up with Coach Roger Cador. I am Perry White. He's Roger Cador. My man on the board, Garrett Edgerson, and we rocking and rolling on this Monday. It is homecoming here where we at. I don't know about you, but we like homecoming around here because we're all Southern University Jaguars. We got our degrees, and we love the institution. But, you know, I would like to be around as long as you've been around the institution because you've had the great fortune of meeting a lot of legends. You've seen a lot of people come and go. Man, that has to be something special to know that I think today when I look around, you got guys like you, Pete, and many others. Well, there ain't really that many more, you know, in terms of those legends. A lot of legends have left us. And so I think, you know, we got to do a great job at being able to first have respect for you guys, honor you guys, and find ways to keep you guys around to tell the stories of our history. Because most importantly, history matters when you start to talk about an institution, and especially giving some type of pride within that institution to make the next generation love it.
I totally agree with you because since our history is oral to a large extent, you have to have the people who could tell it, tell it. You see what I'm saying? It would be difficult you trying to tell a history. You just don't have it. You know, there are things that are doormatted in my mind that can come to life if someone like you asks a question. Right now it's sleeping, but questions being asked have a way of awakening them. And then we could talk about it. But
let me ask you this. Who was on campus for you, and not even just as a student, just all the time being around Southern, who for you seemed to be the biggest pillar that you just cannot forget just as an absolute great person and an absolute great leader that you would put to say, man, when I think about Southern and somebody who represented Southern University, this person comes to mind?
Now, that's a tough question because they had so many people who were really good leaders, and you know, teachers, the instructors, professors were tremendous leaders. I think about a Miss Willa Mae Williams, who was a tough lady but a loving lady, who taught us how to speak properly, how to sit up in the chairs and present ourselves. And you know, because a lot of people don't care. But she knew that at some point you were going to go out there and represent not only the university but yourself, and you had to be ready to do it, you know. Carl Emerson stood, a little man that coached basketball. He only coached me 1 year, and I coached with him for 2 years.
Now, you say a little man, was he my height?
He's shorter than you.
Okay.
Then you say he had the short man syndrome. But he was one of the smartest people walking the earth. And that was his biggest problem for some people. He was too smart.
Yeah.
And people hated that. I learned so much from that guy. He was so well organized. You couldn't work for him because that showing up today might have been your last day. When I worked with him as an assistant basketball coach, we met at 8 o'clock in my office 6 days a week at 8 o'clock. Never miss a beat. 8 o'clock we started. And he never wanted to meet in his office. He wanted to meet in my office. I thought that was a unique thing, but we met at 8 o'clock. Remember, not 1 minute earlier, not 1 minute late. Well, we might have started earlier, but never 1 minute later. We went through every day at 8. We would do the practice, things to do list, and then the practice schedule. Everything was diagrammed to the minute, 15 minutes on this, 10 minutes on this. Everything had to be done that way. Wash the practice uniform every day. They had numbers on them, and they all had to be pinned together. So now the kids, when they come and get them, they get their socks, jock, shirt, and pants. I mean, so well organized. It's just was a beautiful thing to do, to see. And I think that man had a like I said, he had a lot of problem with a lot of people because he was so smart. But for me, it was a breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
You see, here's a little short guy and here's a big tall guy like me.
Mm-hmm.
And we got along quite well. And he knew what he was doing when he hired me, because he fired 2 people to hire me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say on radio, on TV, on podcast what he said. He said, I just fired 2 people to hire you.
You can't say it on here.
And you're going to outwork both of them. Can you imagine that's, you get that ultimate, that kind of compliment.
Mm-hmm.
God said, I fired 2 people to hire you, and you're going to outwork both of them.
That's right.
He knew what he was getting.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with a whole lot of them.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, I mentioned her. There was another lady well, hold up. I'm going to tell you one. There was a Dr. Gibson in math.
Mm-hmm.
That helped me, and Dr. James O. Thomas. But there was a lady in English named Miss Hollinger.
Mm-hmm.
Had a reputation with a lot of people as a very difficult, tough lady. But I got along with her quite well.
Are you talking about Dr. Gibson that wrote the book at Southern?
Yeah. He was the math teacher, taught me math.
Yeah, mathematics. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
That dude there, he wrote a book about Southern's history. He said it took him so long to try to go and pull and get stuff. Dr. Gibson was a really good guy, man. He actually invited me to his house, and I did an interview with him and just picking his brain. And then Garrett and I sat down with him and interviewed him to talk about his book and just to give a oral history about how things came about at Southern. He talked about the football program and in its inception, how did it start, who was the guy that started, and actually the guy who started Southern University's football was a star football player at the University of Southern Cal. It came to Southern, and it started out as an intramural sport, a practice squad, and then it grew, and then it took off. And it was just, to hear that type of history, Dr. Gibson, man, he was a walking book of Southern University history.
Yeah, well, he was one of those people that really, really helped me because I had some deficiencies. And he helped me out quite well to get through it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he could tell you anything. He was like a stat. You talked about mathematician. He knew those numbers.
Yeah.
I wasn't. That's one of mine. I'm not the best when it comes to math, Coach.
You're not the best. Huh?
Nah, I do some science and some English and I love history. Did you have a favorite subject?
Well, not necessarily, but I was decent in math, I thought, until I got there. That was my strongest subject, but. It is what it is,
It is, man. What do you got coming up this week, Coach? What you getting into?
We got homecoming, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. Next week, there is a possibility, and I will be going out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll know toward the weekend. So, and then I think I've got something. An event in November on the 11th of November, a Saturday. That's an event they're bringing me into New Roads again.
Oh, that's right.
For some kind of honor. And this one is a big one, though, bigger than what I had the last one.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was at the tailgate this past weekend and having a conversation with some folks that's from over in the New Roads area. And they talked to me about the Rosenwald School and was saying back during those times, they was explaining the schedule and they was telling me about some people because I think we was talking about Doug Williams at the time. Doug Williams had played at what was Northeast now, but I think back then it was another Cheneyville. And he was talking about, you played in that circuit. If you went to the Rosenwald School, you played the Capitals, the McKinleys, and those schools. Mm-hmm. Well, for you, what was that like in that era of, you didn't get a chance to play everybody because you were limited, like you talked about the same in a baseball game. There was black here and there was white there.
Oh, well, it's... we would play, and I don't know if you heard of Bachelor. Bachelor is it's up in the northern part of the Poincapie Parish. There was a school up there for black kids called Bachelor. We would play them, and then we would play the school, Scotlandville, McKinley, Capita, and we would play Cheneyville. That is it. And Shady Groves in Maragouin.
Yeah.
Shady Groves there. We would go there and play.
I think they said they closed. They just opened a new school, North Iberville.
North Iberville, yeah. So it was Shady Groves, the black school at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And those were our competition. We stayed within that 30 to 60 to 80 miles radius.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go beyond that. Never played against anyone from New Orleans. And we never even ventured down there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the people were afraid to take us because of New Orleans, the attitude that, the reputation that they were telling people, don't take the kids and something will happen. When in reality, probably nothing was going to happen. Yeah. But that was the thing. You got me?
What was that competition like in that circle of teams that you guys play? Because that had to be the best talent, considering African Americans being limited to these specific places in terms that you was going against.
Well, in basketball in Scotlandville, and McKinley and Scotlandville, and Capital in that order.
Mm-hmm.
Then when it go football, McKinley and Scotlandville.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it went into baseball, we were in that with McKinley. So we held our own, but they had so many more people.
Yeah.
We had a small group of kids.
Y'all was the country boys.
Yeah, and we didn't have that many. You had about 300 or 400, 500 people to choose from where they had thousands.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a difference.
Yeah, it was interesting when I was having that conversation and they brought up their school and started telling me about the competition level and what things was like, because I had a game I officiated this past week and it was up at Northeast, and then they were saying, yeah, it used to be Cheneyville, but I was just amazed at how far back off in the woods this school was, because you just driving through the curves and going, and then in the woods there's a random school right there. I was looking around like, who goes? Where do they live at?
Yeah. Well, it was good living back then.
Yeah.
You grew everything. You live off the land.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. We live off the land.
You had chickens?
Chicken, cows, did the hunting, and we grew everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my mother would, I don't know if you heard of Canaan, where they would preserve things for the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she did that, had a pantry, and it was full. And when they killed the hogs, they would save the Lord. Lord, that's what it's called. Gary heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we cook. And it's amazing it didn't kill us, but we would make it through the winter.
It just made you stronger.
Yeah.
It's amazing what somebody figured out how to do with some chitlins from that, right?
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
You eat chitlins?
Yes, sir. If I can get it, just like in New Orleans, G knows what I'm talking about.
You eat them chitlins, G?
G does.
No, sir. No, sir.
G, if you get them to where they cook right, G. You know what? They're so expensive now. You don't
Chitlins
want
are
them.
expensive?
Ooh.
How are chitlins expensive? That red bucket?
It's probably a plate is $30-some now.
What? That blows my mind.
Yes. It's what the lady says. You don't get much in that bucket when you clean them.
Yeah.
And you got to pay someone to clean them right.
You know how to clean them?
No.
Never. My aunt, that was one thing when Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now, the vast majority, probably about 95% of my family eats them. I don't really eat them. My mom don't. And I had a bad experience because when I was younger, they wanted me to try them, so they kind of forced me to try it.
Uh-huh.
And it just did something to me. But I could just remember seeing that red bucket being brought into the house or at the store, getting that red bucket, and that smell in the air. You know it's the holidays when you smell those chitlins in that pot.
Well, like I said, they better be clean right.
You don't want no corn in it, huh?
No, they don't. No. You got to clean them right. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. My aunt, Lord knows how to clean them. Like, that was typically, if the chitlins was going to be cooked, you brought them to her. She knew exactly what to do.
Yeah, and it's hard work.
Yeah.
So that's why, But when I go out of the country, and in particular in Panama, there is something octopus. You probably never had that.
No, I never had octopus.
Oh my goodness, you talk.
What do they do? They
grill it. They can grill it. That's the best way when they grill it.
Is it meaty or fatty? What is it?
It's just a good eating.
Yeah.
I'll eat it every day if I had a chance.
It's chewy?
Not it's chewy a little.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to, I guess,
Yeah.
get the substance once I eat into it. Like,
But you got to have, the grill is the best for me.
mm-hmm.
And there, I only go to a couple of places where I get it. Because if the right person ain't there cooking it, I'm not going to buy it.
Is it seasoned well, marinated? What, like?
Yeah, it's seasoned. Well, and then you put that, they do a lot of lime.
Mm.
They don't do lemon, they do lime over there. To me, it's really a great eat.
G, you had octopus before?
Nope, but I had squid, calamari.
Close.
You eat that too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They're close.
Do you like international food? Like, what's your favorite international food?
Well, I just named it to you.
Now, that octopus is it. That's the one.
And, well, there's a fish in Panama called covina. God darn, that's a good eating fish. And then in Colombia, there is a couple of dishes that are really good. But in Peru has got some really good food. Oh, they know how to cook down there. And they do a lot of stuff, natural way of cooking, you know.
Have you, in your international travels, ran across something that they wanted you to try and you was like, nah, just.
In Ecuador.
What the hell?
I'm thinking this thing would look like a rat. And they kept telling, and I said, nah, I ain't doing that.
You didn't want to eat the rat?
No.
No.
It was, the good thing is they cook it whole, which made me even more.
Yeah. You
looking
can
at
tell
it.
literally what it was. Huh?
Well, I've seen it on TV, and I didn't like what I saw.
Was it on a stick or something?
No, they
No.
just fried it and put it on the plate.
And tried to serve it to you.
My friend had it, she bought it, and the taxi driver, you know, whenever we go, we get taxi driver, we bring the taxi driver to eat with us. See, that's one of the perks of being a taxi driver.
You're going to keep my, hey, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to eat with me.
Yeah, gonna pay for you, you're gonna eat, and you're gonna make recommendations.
That's it. Our taxi driver know where to go.
Oh, yeah.
Taxi driver know where to go. It said, does octopus taste similar to gator?
No.
I thought
They're
gator
both-
was different, but then when I had it black, and gator is actually pretty good.
Gators, they're close, though. They're close, but gator, there is a little different. Gator meat, this meat is a little more, like you say, rubberish, if you, but it's really good.
You going back, look, I'm headed to the, want to give me some Chinese food when we leave here. So that's, y'all done got me hungry, and I hope everybody out there, it's about lunchtime anyway, so it's time for all of our listeners and our viewers to get you some lunch, and no telling when you watching. You may be watching this when it's breakfast, when it's dinner, or one of those late midnight snacks that I typically would sneak down to the kitchen and get. But you like midnight snacks?
I do them all the time.
All the time. Ain't nothing like a good midnight snack. So we want to thank all you guys out there tuned in and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. It is homecoming. Happy homecoming if you're a Southern University alum, and we want to see you on the bluff this weekend, no matter if you're in the game or you out in the parking lot or all the way around. And we're looking forward to a good time. And if you mad, you got that BS in your heart, leave it at home. Leave that where it's at. Don't bring it in and spoil our good time. That's for all the people out there. You know, there's some negative Nancy's that'll try to show up and mess up the homecoming. We don't want them around. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button right there underneath the video. Be sure to get that. And you'll know every time we get the notification, because guess what? We'll be live, and we'll try to be live next week and tell you how our homecoming went. Coach, you'll be out, you said Friday, with the former players?
Yes, sir.
And if you see Coach around this weekend, speak to him. Say, what's up, Coach?
I'll say, what's up, PJ?
All right, I hope everybody enjoy the rest of your day, and we thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week, all right? So y'all stay tuned. We'll be back. Bye. Coach, get us out of here.